My dogs don't care. My dogs don't care. Hi. Hi. Hello. How do you do? I'm Marge. Margie? For long. I'm a Hilk empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things, and honestly, I don't really have a whole lot to say today. I'm trying to be consistent. So I go ahead and come on every day, and I talk a little bit about how I feel about things, because it seems to me so many people don't know how to talk about their feelings. They just stuff them. Then it freaking comes out sideways later. Somebody else gets hurt because people can't handle their own emotions. I was taught a long time ago that I needed to learn emotional control. I look at the world and I pray that it finds its faith. It's lost its way. People don't know how to believe in something outside itself. They don't believe in God anymore. People don't believe in God anymore. Some people do, yeah. But when you look at all the stuff that perpetuates the Lucy fairy tale theater, we got a big one coming up. A big ritual. A big one for the Lucy fairy tale theater. That's Super Bowl. Yeah, it's a big, yeah. And guess who's halftime this weekend? You know, that kid could have done so much for the light, and he dipped dark the weekend. Yeah. Anyway, it's all ritualistic. All of it. People are like, no, that's not true. You know why they don't believe it? Because they don't believe in anything. People don't. What's to believe in anymore? I mean, it all started with the crock of Santa Claus. Santa. The man in the big red suit. Anyway, much of the country got a lot of weather last night. It was funny, I like Mary Seeley. She does earthquake stuff, but she did like big storm stuff last night. And she reported on Redding, California, got a substantial amount of snow. I think they got it looked like 7 inches or so. Redding doesn't get that. They aren't prepared. Their infrastructure isn't ready for that, so a lot of people stayed home today, I reckon. Good old Redding. I tried to get back there. I tried to get back to the North State of California, and North State of California didn't want me. Couldn't find a place there. I had to freaking go all the way to northern New Mexico. Anyway. And then after that, she reported on Redding's snowstorm. She reported on Omaha. They got about a foot, some places. About 9-10 inches last night, and another couple this morning. So, it just kind of goes, we missed a lot of the snow here where we are. It is funny because, whoops. I don't like this song right now. I don't like a lot of the music that I have on my shuffle. I need to get new music, but I gotta look up old music that I didn't listen to back then, because the music that they put out now, it's barely justifiable. Barely. I don't like it. I heard a funny story the other night. And it kind of goes along with, did I finish saying about how winter's going to be a long, hard, cold winter, but spring's going to be sprung? I don't know, that's all. Anyway, so, I was talking to a gal I know, and, I asked if I could share this story, because it was just so funny to me. She has a son, and he got into some trouble. So he's doing some time right now, and he got into a little bit of trouble while doing some time. So he went to the hole for couple days, a week or so, or something like that. And while he was on there, I guess he was in good standing for a while, and then he got like privilege, like he had his own cell and stuff like that, but the energies are tough, and being locked up all the time, man, I can only imagine. So he ended up in the hole, and while he was in there, they gave a man his cell. He gave it, because and then when he got out, he can go back to whatever, I don't know, get a roommate, whatever, I don't know how they do it, but the old man that took over his cell freaking died. He died in the cell. And then the day after, old boy got out of freaking solitary or the hole or whatever they call it, and then got to go back into his cell. He was all excited and everything, but it's but one thing, when people die, their body just kind of lets go. It just kind of freaking, like, you know, everything, all the muscles that your mind holds together, it just. So freaking, I guess it stunk really bad in the cell, but you gotta be careful what you do, because karmic retribution right now is freaking really fast. It's really fast. Hi, Cosmic Hillbilly. I hope you're good today. I really like your name. I always have, ever since the first time I saw it on Marge. I haven't seen you over there on Marge. Well, I guess it's been a few days since I did. I missed the live this morning. She wasn't on for very long. I was there for a second, but when I get up, I gotta go because I gotta let all the dogs out. Anyway, I was hanging out with Zach. I really like that kid. Zach Hubbard, I think his name is, with the gematria effect. You know, it's just so predictable. And I always looked into codes and stuff like that, you know. And I was in the military. I'm trained. I know about some stuff, and I'm just like, yep. How were all these people that were, you know? It seems like the last election, people were glad that who won. It doesn't seem like people are real happy right now. Tucker, get out of his ear before I lose my shit. Good boy. Tucker, stay out of your brother's ear. Leave him alone. I just cleaned his ear, and I don't want you mucking it up. I had a lazy day. I had a very lazy day. It was cold in northern New Mexico. It's cold here today, but the sun was out. But in the sun, I laid in the for a little while in the sun, but inside through the window, and it's freaking cold. You know, I went over and I was gonna work on a gal's laptop today, and I went and got it and turned it on, and I didn't have to do anything. It already worked. So I like that. I miss that. I miss troubleshooting, problem solving. I don't miss corporate USA. I don't miss having to go to work, you know, 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:30 in the morning, you know, in blizzards and stuff like that. I don't miss anything like that. No, but I do like it. I'm trying to get people in the community to get the word out that if they got technology or tech issues, to go ahead and reach out. I'm pick your price everything. That's the thing, is I don't charge people. I just let them pay me what they think it's worth. Yeah, you know. Usually people pay me. You know, if people aren't all the way shysters, you know. Usually if I fix a computer, it takes me a couple hours, clean up all the junk off it, speed it up, do all that stuff. It only takes a couple hours, you know. And I barter too. I want the barter to come back and trade and stuff like that. I just want the feds to go away. I just want you know. Yeah. It doesn't do what it was supposed to do. It was a nice idea, but I think this country is ready. This nation is really ready to shift into a new age, and in no time like the present, because the astrology. What happened 19 years ago? Yeah. See, it's all on cycles. Everything's on cycles. And different frickin' wackadoos have different frickin' cycles. So, it is highly likely that there is going to be a heavy military presence in the world this year. You ready for it? Ready? Everybody prepared, you know? I don't think I'd want to live in a big city right now. I really don't. I haven't wanted to live in a big city for some time. But see, I know how people are when they get fearful. They like to do things like fucking hog toilet paper and low vibrational bullshit like that, you know? But maybe it's because people act like that the world is becoming the way it is. Maybe too many people were selfish. Maybe I was too selfish. Maybe I had to look at it, take a look at where I was self-serving and living for me and doing what I wanted to do in my life. You know? I've been dabbling in Bible studies here. I'm not a reader, dude. Every time I try, I'm like asleep in 5 minutes. It doesn't matter what it is. School is a nightmare for me. I don't like reading. I think I would actually pick more up from osmosis, from sleeping on the book, than actually reading the book. A book. Anyway, so I like stories. I like listening. And I was listening to, what was I listening to? My train of thought. So you're in Oklahoma? Yeah, it's like, I don't know, someplace I saw Arctic blast, but somebody's always got something to say, you know. It's winter, it's going to be cold, right? But some places, like, I guess around here, the snow, people are saying, like, they don't remember how, it doesn't snow the way it used to. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. But good thing as far as food outage or shortages and stuff like that, me and Mom aren't picky. Me and Mom really aren't picky. And I can pretty much make anything from scratch if I have to. Plus, oh boy, a homie that supports the channel and me, supports me in the channel, sent us one of those Patriot boxes with all the food in it. Tucker! I just cleaned his ear! Benny, stop letting him accost you. Benny is Tucker's pacifier. Benny was puppy mill, so he gets real insecure about stuff. So, weird stuff in the news. Oh, this was a trippy freaking story, dude. I read about it on, it happened, I-80. I've been on there. I've been on I-80 from freaking San Francisco all the way to, where does it stop? On the other side of Iowa? Anyway. There was a freaking road rage. See, I'll check into social media just to see where people's freaking mentality is. Just to check in, you know, because it's always there. By the grace of God go I. And there are these two dudes. One dude was in, as I understood it, I could be wrong, but one dude was in like a white Mercedes and the other dude was in a big truck. Well, evidently the Mercedes rear-ended the big truck. Then they got out and there's an altercation, or there was almost an altercation, and the dude in the Mercedes jumped in the truck and frickin' was like, took off in the truck, and when he took off, he hit the owner of the truck and killed him dead. Hit old boy with his own truck and killed him dead. Then, after he fled for a while, he freaking got out. I think he hit a guardrail or maybe something happened. He ended up getting out of the vehicle and running down the embankment. And then he went into traffic, I-80 the opposite way, westbound, and freaking got nailed and freaking killed. You know, it's just people got something to prove. People are, they're just, you know, and it just goes to show, when it is your time is divine, and it's your time. You can do whatever you want, you know. People can live in a bubble, but if it's your time, it's your time. You know, and God has a very funny sense of humor. You know? He really does. He really does. So, I thought that was a weird story. A lot of divorces. But that's the astrology we've been talking. I mean, it happens all the time, but one of them, it's like they put their spouse on blast. You know, he was in the X-Men, I guess. Is that the movie? Yeah, the X-Men. Is that the rubber guy and he was in the X-Men, and he just decided that he didn't love his wife anymore. And his wife is is making the whole world that know that she's letting the whole world know that she's been blindsided, you know. Speaking of blindside, that was another story. Never mind. That was clickbait. That doesn't count. What else is going on in the world today? A lot of people are freaking think that it's so weird. The storylines that I'm seeing, either people are butthurt freaking and then just like hate Trump and stuff, oh, you know, all that stuff, or people still think he's going to be president. I don't sit nowhere. I just think politics is a circle of greed, and it ain't for me. And nothing that they do does anything for jack shit for people like me. They just never have, and they won't. The government is not for the majority of the people. No. They are for themselves. That's all. Yeah, it's going to get rough for a while. It's going to get real rough. We'll see how big and bad people are. I made a comment on... I follow some Native American... I just keep unfollowing people, you know? Because they make a post, and I'm just like, no, I'm done. I don't want to see this stuff. And it was like a Native American like website, you know, like cultural education, you know, and then they posted something about Bernie Sanders and his stupid fucking mittens. I'm so over this shit. Evidently he raised $1.8 million for charity. It's all childish freaking bullshit games, because none of that shit goes to the people. The cracks of society will continue to get wider, and so all these numbers that they say that, oh, they're just helping people, it never goes to them. Because if it did, the cracks of society wouldn't be as wide as they are, right? And getting wider every day. So, And they said, and he said something, and it was a political meme. And I wrote something. If Native Americans stayed out of politics, maybe we'd have more land. Yeah. And I said we, because I'm Native American too. You know. What's left? Bunch of casino and some reservations here and there? Really? Nothing wrong with that, right? Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. Hi, Aaron. Yeah, it's going to be insane. That's the thing, is because so many people have been avoided. They've completely avoided insanity. They've completely avoided it. And there's more than 50% of the population of the earth that has touched the hand of insanity. Or the hand of insanity has touched them. So now, everybody else gets their turn. You know what's weird? I just read an article about how Larry King, death by numbers, gematria, Zach's got it going on, I'm telling you, man. He was like 87. He didn't die of the Rona. He died of supposedly sepsis, and that's infection. That's why I'm always like, okay, Mom, let's clean your feet. You know, I'm always like looking at, you know, because older people, they get little sores and then they turn into infections, and then it's sepsis. It's infections. It's bad news. So I thought that was interesting, and it was weird because it is so weird to me that people are saying goodbye to people that they love that are dying. They're never going to see them again. And they're doing it on these stupid fucking things. They're doing it over, are you kidding me? If somebody that I cared about was leaving this freaking earthly plane, try and keep me out. Try and keep me out. Where's all the freaking gumption in this world? Where's all the moxie? Where's all this shit that fucking this nation was supposed to be based on? Fighting for freedom, justice, equality for everybody. I think a lot of people took the knee. They took the knee, bent over. Now they're gonna take it in the tuchus. Yeah. Right? But some of us we've been survivors our whole entire life. So if you need, once the world freaking shit hits the fan, you need some guidance on how to find some joy in life through hell, I got you covered. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. It can be done. It can be done. So a lot of people are going to be dismayed to come to the realization that a big part of it has to do with the faith in God. How many people are coming to God and Jesus this year? It's just kind of cool. I'm there. I get excited. I get excited for God. I don't know. I'm not all fire and brimstone and all that stuff, you know. I like to keep it even keel. I like to keep things balanced because when people start freaking, I don't know. I see so much. What is it? People are. What do you call it, Mom? When they're too much. When they're extremist. Extremists. He took the vax. Yeah, and that's the thing is when he took the vax, the day he took it, Zach said it'll be 3 weeks, and we'll be reading about his death. And sure as shit, death by numbers. This shit is so predictable. It's like they go out and they're like, okay, I gotta be successful in life, and then they find out where they can go and how they can sell their soul. And then they can have this really full, rich life for a really long time. But when your number's up, your number's up. In Super Bowl, it's all rigged. I guess he even tells who, like, Kansas City. I don't even know who's playing. I think he said Kansas City. And the only reason why I know that is because someone I know, her husband likes them. I hate pro sports. I like everything else better than pro sports. Pro sports are so stupid. Bunch of freaking grown-ass men that freaking are so roided out that they're beating their wives and you know, and freaking all aggroed out, freaking have freaking, you know, somebody else said it one time, a Lamborghini of every color. It's just, you know, whatever. You and Key Jenner, aw, that's nice of you to say. I cannot. I told somebody today. I'm not taking this. Let me. I was in the Air Force from 2000 to 2006 because I could only do 6 years because I could not stand the swinging dicks, the who's in charge and how they feel that day, and rules and regulations really mean nil because don't you know who they are? Military officers, they're like politicians. They're disconnected from reality. And so when I was in the Air Force, I was at office, a high-profile base, and we had to exercise every month, and that means we had to work 12-hour shifts, 11 days out of the month, every month for over a year. Yeah, because it's... And what we do is we would play war, and we would simulate exercises of airborne contaminants. Yeah. Airborne particulates that will kill you. Yeah. And then, you know what happened, I think? I think a bunch of these fucking colonels and generals and shit, they fucking retired, and then they got bored. Because they can't make puppets dance. So then they went into politics, and then they're like, well, we're not really creative or imaginative, and we don't have a lot of really good ideas, so let's reinvent the fucking wheel, and let's just do Event 201. Let's just do this Event 201, you know? We're just fucking puppets in their little game of chess. We're just pawns in their little game of chess, that's all we are. And there's so few of them. That's the thing, is there's so few of them. And there's so many of us. But what can we do? God, please help all the evil become less evil. Is that what we're going to do? Yeah, I guess we could pray for them. We can. Don't worry too much about them. Live local. I really think people need to live local. Go out in your community. Take off your fucking face diaper. Smile at people. Ask them how they are. If they're okay, because so many people are not okay right now. More people are not okay right now than are. And a lot of people are acting okay right now, but they're just about a freaking... They're not. I've seen too much suicides in my life. Too many people are killing themselves. Too many people are checking out because it hurts. Because life is painful. Because people don't understand. And nobody cares. These are energies that everybody feels. These are emotions, vibrations that everybody feels. Energy flows. If you are in a dark place, if you're ever in a dark place, email me. You don't want me to read what the email says, just says don't read and I'll delete it. You know, get the shit out of your head. I'm not gonna believe that you freaking believe. You know, if you want me to read, I might read some nutty stuff. Unless somebody's talking about harming themselves or others, I will not intervene. I will just let people vent, because sometimes people just have to say the stuff that's in their head just to get it out of their head, because it's tied to a lower vibrational frequency that ain't even theirs, man. Yeah. Spirits, attachments, a freaking low vibing attachment spirit can get attached to you. A demon or whatever, that could just be like a bad mood or I mean, people make it. It is whatever we think it is, whatever we conceive it to be. I just don't want people to hurt themselves and other people anymore. Dude, in the news, it's just riddled with freaking families death. Families dying. And I know why they take them out the whole family is because they figure they can't freaking take care of them, so nobody else is gonna. Yeah. So, I talked about this a while ago, last year, and I didn't want to see it, and now it's here. Now it's here. And more people just don't, if we don't go back to community, because nothing in the government is gonna freaking help anybody. Dude, all they do is reverse what was done by the administration before. That's all that they do. No, that's not true. That's not true. I stand corrected, because there was a lot of executive. DT was the first president that did anything about human trafficking, because all of the other presidents benefit from it and actively participate in it. Yeah. Wait till people start hearing about that. What happened to all the kids on the yacht? They left with the Clintons. Why didn't they come back? What is with all this stuff with maritime law and stuff? Because maritime law, there are no laws on maritime, so that's why that Gazelle chick was freaking pushing for Terra whatever, the freaking ocean, all that stuff. It's so they could freaking do whatever they want. It's just disgusting, dude. It's disgusting what human beings do to other human beings. Or what they don't do. And what I mean by that is by how they just watch people suffer. They like it. Gets their cackles all up. Some people, it's freaking disgusting. I've known them. I don't like watching people in pain. I saw my first snuff film when I was probably 15. Saw enough to know what it is. Know that it's real, and when I saw it at 15 years old, this is back in 1988, 1989. I'm like, it clicked instantly. Every kid that was ever on the back of a milk carton, every person, I knew what happened to him. Yep, it was weird, and sometimes the parents turn their own children over to the hands of these nefarious. But that doesn't happen, right? I went to high school with the gal whose parents freaking took her younger brother. She wrote a story about it. That's how I know about it, because she wrote a school story about it. And she woke up in the middle of the night, and her sister, her older sister, she doesn't remember how many siblings she has, because this was in New Jersey or something. This was East Coast, and she ended up adopted in California. Because her sister woke her up and was trying to get her out of the other room, or out of there. And as they were going out of one door, she saw her parents in another, because there was like 2 bedrooms, and they were putting the parts of her dismembered younger brother's body in the trash and proceeded to take it out in the garbage. So that's the thing, is I've never lived in a world where so many people live in a world where there's just like rainbows and butterflies and, and it's like, how can a group of people that have gone through very little comprehend the monstrosities and the horrors that so many people have. They can't. So, stay out of the way. You know? We're going to need a lot of triage. We're going to need a lot of people to help step up that have gone through crap, to help, that have healed themselves, to help heal other people. Because more and more people are they're waking up. They're going to remember. They're going to get that whiff or take that taste or whatever it is, and they're going to get that recollection of that thing that they thought was a dream. Then what are they going to do? I hope they reach out for help. I hope more people... See, I'm not good at reaching... People I've reached out for, I need help. Can you help me? No. Oh, okay. I don't know who to ask, so I just don't. I ask on YouTube, but you know what? People have helped me on YouTube, so... I was asleep. I was not happy. I went to college because I was told, my brother said that's what, productive members of society, you got to go to college to get a good job. And I did that until I became a work from home daughter. A lot of good it does me, And he still thinks that I've made the wrong decision, and I don't really care because I don't really care what a lawyer high up in California politics thinks about the decision I made to step away from frickin' corporate America or whatever and hang out with my mom. I don't really care. Their fucking opinions aren't shit to me. ppm 2.5 particulates are flowing into the air right now. That don't sound good at all. Particulates. If you want a little red pill, if people are feeling more like red pill, I highly recommend Jessie Zaboter. It's CZEBODOR, BADOR, Zaboter. CZEBO, Jessie Zaboter. It's CZ, I know that for sure. But she does talks all over the place. She's on YouTube. She has her own website too. It's called, where is she? But just a little brief synopsis is she had a family member involved high up in the SCR, satanic cult ritual stuff, and they trained her for a position in that from the time that she was 6 until 10 years old. They would drug her parents. Her parents would go to work all day and then come home and they'd drug her parents so they'd sleep, and then she would do training with her training partner, and this training was just crazy until they woke up. Where is she? There it is. CZEBOTAR. She's now because she decided to accept Jesus Christ as her Savior as a 2-3-year-old girl. And then so when they wanted her to participate in the rituals, she wouldn't. And she would do whatever she could to thwart and to wreck them and to ruin them, because she was an ornery, cantankerous little girl that didn't want to serve frickin' Satan. She wanted to serve God. So... she's got a pretty great story, but she can account. She can verify a lot of stuff. She talks about the people, tunnel kids, and stuff like that. So she knows firsthand because she's an actual witness. She's an actual account, and when you hear the stories, she is, because freaking people can make that stuff up, but. You could tell her heart space, she just don't. She's a truthful being. She wants to help other people, too. A lot of people want to help people. I'm still not seeing the real creative ways in doing it, Whenever I start seeing... I don't ever want, a non-profit... I just give stuff away. People give me stuff, and then I pass it on forward, too. And I just hope to... As long as I live, I can continue to that, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to think that nobody in the whole world cares if you're alive or you're dead. And then if you did die, that nobody in the world would notice. You know? So it's just energy, and a lot of these thoughts are just low vibers that are freaking presented. You know, ill will, wishes of ill will and ill intent that people set forth onto others. Just like Mom says, don't pay